Yo, what is going on, you guys? Welcome back today to another video, and in today's video I have a banger for you guys. This one right here is going to help improve your neutral and a little bit more. So if you guys are interested in that, I ask that you drop a sub because it does help out the channel a lot, motivates me to make more videos. So for this drill, it's pretty much done in neutral. You could set a save state if you wanted to, but it's not really necessary to set a save state on the spacing or whatever. So what you want to do when you hit the training room, you want to go and you want to select a character that you can leave these drills saved on for a long time. Now, I'm not saying you have to select this one character and for the rest of time leave these drills saved to that character, but one character you kind of feel, you don't really have to lab too much against. So for me, my first pick would be Akuma. So now that we have Akuma selected, we're going to want to go to our recording settings. So if you're in this menu, you want to scroll all the way over to recording settings. We're going to be using all of these slots because the primary goal is to have your mental stack high. We want to have a high mental stack so we can practice more on reacting and less on, oh, I know he's going to do this. Oh, I know he's going to do this. It's more so a reactionary drill. A couple of other things before I start setting the recordings. Right here on recording trigger, you want to have it set to on input. Basically, whenever you press a button, that's when the recording will actually start. Countdown, you want it to be at 0 seconds. And then let's say when you're finished with all your recordings, you're going to want to go over here to the replay side. Replay info display, have that off, and repeat replay, have it to always repeat playback. Okay, so we're going to start with this first slot. This first slot, we're going to have a raw DI. So you want to wiggle around like you're playing neutral and then just throw out a DI. This is going to work on your DI reactions. Next, we're going to do a drive rush DI. This one you want to work on your drive rush check, but at the same time you want to make sure you're pressing buttons in neutral that are able to cancel into DI. Next, we're going to have a raw drive rush. This is also another variation where you want to practice reacting to the drive rush, checking the drive rush. Next, we're going to have drive rush jab. Now we're going to have an empty jump. Empty jump is important because when you're not looking for anti-airs, you want to make sure you're able to react and actually anti-air. So we're going to have an empty jump. Next, we're going to have another jump, but this one's going to go into buttons. So depending on what character you set, if you set like Manon or Blanca, you're going to want it to be something like their jump heavy kick. That's a really good button. If it's like Akuma, Ryu, Ken, maybe a jump heavy punch would be better. Or if it's like Akuma, Kami, Juri, you might want to set this to a dive kick. But for me, I'm going to set this to a jump heavy punch because I feel like my reactions to demon flip were actually pretty good, so I'm able to anti-air it well. But if you struggle with that with this character, I would set this to something like a demon flip. Now for these last two slots, it's going to be more so like regular neutral buttons you think your opponent will throw out. So this is all based off of what character you select to save these drills to. Now for Akuma, I'm going to set one to crouch medium kick, obviously because this leads to crouch medium kick drive rush. And another button I'm going to set it to is his stand heavy punch because that's another really good button I feel like Akuma's will throw out in neutral. Okay, so with that, we have all of our slots set. So this is going to be pure reactions. You want to react. Like I said, we want to react to the DIs. We want to be checking drive rushes. We want to be making sure we have our anti-airs on point, as well as practicing a little bit of whiff punishing. So now we're going to go over here and we're going to have all of these selected. Random selection rate is going to be at 1. And yeah, we're going to start the replay. It's just going to be straight practice. Yo, so if you guys didn't know, I'm actually streaming almost every day on Twitch. So if you guys find this content helpful, all I ask is that you drop a follow on Twitch. Also, if you guys want to get some games in or play with others within the community, there's a Discord server that you guys can join. Link for both of those will be in the description below. So the next drill that we have to better our neutral is going to be in the corner. So the character I will pick for this one is going to be 𝘍𝘰𝘭𝘭𝘰𝘸. So some characters that I see, like 𝘸𝘰𝘭𝘭𝘰𝘸, 𝘠𝑸ds, they'll try to do a neutral jump shimmy to try to get you to throw or do a delay tech, but you can actually anti-air in those situations. So this drill is primarily going to be focused on that, as well as reacting to DI, and same thing as before, checking drive rush. But let's say if you miss the first anti-air, there's still more things to react to, so you don't just have to reset the drill. Okay, so for this, we're going to go into the corner, and then we're going to want to set a save state. So first, let's push our character a little bit under the clock, like so, and you want to walk back straight into the corner. So you want to go right here to your dummy settings. You want to set it to block all, because we're going to be setting up some tick throws, and you don't want to land a hit because it'll mess up your tick throw timing. Next, you're going to want to go back to this basic settings right here, and you're going to want to go to shortcut settings. This right here, the function button, it will show func right here, this same image right here, if you don't have it binded to anything. So you're going to want to bind this to something, as well as this save status. You're going to want to save this to a button as well. So as you can see, for me it's A. So to set a save status, it's going to be your function button plus whatever button you have binded right here. So for me, it's going to be right stick plus A. If I press both those two simultaneously, it will save the status or save the state of my game. Next, you're going to want to have this one set as well, replay save status. And as you can see, this is my button binded for it. This basically means whenever the characters move on screen out of that save state position, if I press this button, we will return back to that same position. Also, as a bit of a side note, just make sure these aren't buttons you're using to play the game. You might disable like a DI or a parry or just a random medium kick. So when we have our characters in this state, we want to save the state of this. Save state. So if we're moving around, whatever, right, we're out of position, we can reset back to this position. Now, starting the setup of the drill, we're going to go to our recording settings right here in slot 1. We're going to do a jump in tick throw. So play a bit of neutral, 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 jump in. I messed it up. So right here, we're going to want to play a little bit of neutral and do a jump in tick throw. This will help you work on your delay techs as well as anti-airs. If you let them in, then you have to react to the tick throw. Next, we're going to have a jump in neutral jump into a jump heavy punch. So the air button that you use is going to be very character specific. Just use whatever the best button is. So for this drill, obviously you want to anti-air the first jump in, but if you miss that jump in, you are then going to want to block as if they would jab, delay tech as if they would do a tick throw, and when they do the neutral jump, you're going to want to anti-air them, but fast enough to where you don't get hit by the jumping heavy punch. This is really going to help you work on your timings of how to time a delay tech and still have enough time to get the anti-air if they do a neutral jump shimmy. Okay, so this next one we have jump in throw. Obviously you want to be working on the anti-air, but then if they do get the jump in, you're going to have to guess between a strike and throw, and possibly you could try to react fast enough to tech the throw. Next, we're going to have drive rush, jab, neutral jump into heavy punch. So the reason for this, 1, you want to try to check the drive rush. 2, you want to delay tech. 3, you want to anti-air. Once you see your throw whiff, you should have a gap to where you can do your light DP or your anti-air. Whatever you can do after your whiff throw that will still anti-air. And you want to do all that before the jump heavy punch hits you. Okay, now for this 5th slot, it's going to be drive rush throw. So obviously you want to react and try to check the drive rush. But if you're a little bit too late, you're going to have to guess between strike and throw. Here we're going to have drive rush into light string. You want to check the drive rush, and during the light string you want to do a delay tech, but you also don't want to get hit and put into a counter combo. Next, we're going to have drive rush tick throw. So this tick throw is to help you work on your delay techs, and the drive rush is to help you to check your drive rushes. And this last slot is going to be just a random DI. Play neutral, 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 DI. It is a threat because you are in the corner, so you will have to react to the DI. So now that we have all these recording slots filled up, we're going to want to practice them. So right here, whenever you let Ryu get too close, or whoever character you have, you want to reset the save state. So just press your button, go back to the save state, right? And just practice. Didn't react to the DI. So I came up with these drills to try to help me, because I realized trying to grind up in master, I'm missing out on a lot of random DIs that can be punished, as well as getting neutral jumped and just teching a little bit too late and not being able to actually anti-air that neutral jump. Also working on my delay techs, that's something I'm trying to focus on as well. And I feel like these drills really help a lot with that, so you don't really have to sacrifice a lot of time and MR trying to practice these things. You can sit in the practice and work on this for a couple hours, and then try to translate it over to your ranked sessions, so your ranked matches aren't really too empty and you're kind of just going through the motions. So yeah, if this video helped you out, all I ask is you drop a like and a sub. Also, if you want to go to the Twitch, go say hi, we can do that too. We got the Discord. But at the end of the day, I just appreciate you guys watching this video, and I hope it helps. Be sure to drop some comments, let me know if it does help or not, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.